Hello and good morning. You're going to have to know how to do these problems right here. And let's take a look at them. All right, so first of all, I would graph this point. And then go up 4. X equals -3 is right here. So if you're going to reflect that point over that one, what you're going to do is count. Okay, so it's 4 units this way. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 units this way. And that point would be right here. Okay, and then they want you to reflect it over the line y equals x. Y equals x is a 45, and what you want to do is measure the distance from here to here. Basically, you're going to switch these. So this point is over 1, up 4, and when you switch them, you're going to get 4 and up 1. So my graph is off a little bit, and it doesn't look good. Probably should have graph paper, but there it is right there. To reflect over the 45, you have to switch it. And that's an EOC question. Make sure you know it. And I'm going to give you this one also, or one like this, for your EOC homework. This one right here, it says, go 90 degrees counterclockwise. Well, clockwise, you change the X and switch. But counterclockwise, you change the Y and switch. So I'm going to change the Y and switch it. I'm going to change the Y and switch it. And then once I do that, I'm going to add 8 here and 5 here. So your final answer is going to be 13 and 7 and 1 and -1. Make sure you know how to do these. Okay? All right, let's talk about geometry today. You have something called sine, cosine, and tangent, and it's really sine like this. Okay, so it's sine, not sin, okay? So, TOA, copy that down and put a star by it. This says that sine is equal to the opposite on top of the hypotenuse. This one says that the cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And then finally, this one says that the tangent is opposite over adjacent. Write that down. Those are the trig functions, and this is the way kids memorize it. SOHCAHTOA. Let's take a look at one here. This one says the sine of angle C. So you're going to put a dot right here at angle C. So draw that triangle, and you have to label the sides. Well, here's the box, and across from the box is always the hypotenuse. So put an H right there. Okay? The one that touches the dot is the hypotenuse, but it's also the adjacent. So put an A right here. And the only one left is opposite. If you're standing right here and look out, that one's opposite. So the sine of C, and again, you have to have it labeled correctly. The sine is right here. So you want opposite on top of the hypotenuse. So it's 21 over 29, and that's all you do. Okay? Let's try another one. If you use the same diagram and you're standing at angle A, put a dot at angle A. Now you're going to have to redo these here because they might change. Okay, so we're standing at angle A. Draw this triangle. If you're standing here, across from the 90 is still the hypotenuse. But now this one touches the dot, so that is adjacent. And now this one is the opposite, so those switch. So the cosine is the A over the H. So A is here, and the h is there. So it's 21 over 29. All right, I don't know if you caught on to that, so I want you to try one. Draw this triangle. Okay, I'm going to put some numbers here. And what I want you to do, I want you to find the tangent of angle A. So put a dot on angle A. Now label your sides. Which one is opposite? Which one is the hypotenuse? And which one is the adjacent? Well, the hypotenuse is always across from the 90. The one that touches the dot is the hypotenuse and the adjacent. So the only one left is opposite. Make sure you have it labeled correctly or you miss it. So, ka, toa. So here's tangent. So put the O over the A. So O is here and A is here. So put 4 over 3 and you got your answer. And that's how you do those. Okay, we're going to do one more type and then I'm going to get you started. Okay, so this one right here, you just use your calculator. So press 62 and then press sine. I get 0.88. So for those, you just use your calculator. Draw this triangle and pay attention. Okay. The question is, where do you stand at? You can't stand at the right angle. So don't stand here. So you can stand here and here. Since they give me this angle, put a dot right here. Okay, now label your sides. Which one is opposite? Which one is the hypotenuse? And which one is the adjacent? I always do the hypotenuse first. So put a dot across from the 90, put an A. The one that touches the dot is your adjacent. Actually, no, this one's your hypotenuse. This one is your adjacent. Okay, be careful with that. And finally, if you're standing here and look out, this one's opposite. All right, now to find this function or find this problem, you're looking for x, which has an O, and they tell you the h. So you're looking for a trig function that has an O and an h. So, ka, toa. So O and h is sine. So you're going to say the sine of 50 degrees is equal to O on top. So x over 17. So you're going to cross multiply and get 17 times the sine of 50. Clear your calculator out. Let me show you how to work it. Press 50 sine times 17. Do it right now. I get 13.0. And that's your answer. I'm going to give you one more to try, and then I'm going to get you started. So look up here. Draw this triangle. And put a 10. Put an X. And put 20 degrees. Copy that down. Okay, now pay attention, okay? Question is, where are you standing? Well, you can't stand here. You're going to stand at that angle here, so put a dot. Now label your sides. Across from the 90 is the hypotenuse. The one that touches the dot is the adjacent, and the only one left is opposite. Now, circle that because you're looking for x. Circle that because they give you that. So you're looking for a function that has an h and an a. So put ka, toa. Here's the h and the a, so it's got to be cosine. So say the cosine of 20 degrees is equal to, the a is on top, so x over 10. Cross multiply, and you're done. And this is what you're doing today, okay? So press 20 cosine, and then times 10. So I get 9.4. Okay, today you have a worksheet on trig. Let's talk about MCR class. All right, so for MCR class, what we're doing here, there's your bell work, right there. All right, so to do parallel and perpendicular, you have to first solve this for y. So you're going to get 2y is equal to 6x plus 10. Then you're going to divide by 2, and you're going to get your slope is 3. So you're going to say y minus your y equals your slope, and then x minus your x. And there it is, that's point slope. But it wants parallel and perpendicular. So parallel uses the same slope, so that's this one. That's parallel. Perpendicular, you got to flip the 3, so put a 1 under it and change it. So you want to write everything the same, but you want to flip it and change it. And then you're done. And that's parallel and perpendicular. On a new sheet of paper, copy this down. Okay, you were taught Pythagorean's theorem. Now here's how you do it. See that box? You see how this one touches the box and this one touches the box? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. The two that touch, like an L, are your A and B, and it doesn't matter which one comes first. So x is going to be the square root of 49 plus 100. So you're going to take 149 and then hit shift and then square root. I get 12.2. So the distance from here to here is 12.2, which makes sense because it's a little bit bigger than 10. And the hypotenuse is the longest side. The last thing I want to show you is the distance formula. Copy this equation just like this. That's your distance formula. Here you're going to put your x's, here you're going to put your y's. So watch what I do. I'm going to put this one minus that one. So -2 minus 4 and -3 minus a -5. This becomes a -6. This is a plus, so that gives you 2 squared. 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 4 is the square root of 40. Get your calculator. You can't use your phones, okay? And those of you who have an earbud or a phone out, I'm going to pick it up today if I see it, okay? So the square root of 40, shift, square root, is 6.3, and that's my answer. And there it is, and that's how you do that. Okay, so today, here's your work. Have a good morning.